Jason Raznick, Benzinga CEO.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, man. Ian Bernstein from the Storage Business Owners Association and leading the charge with us at the Benzinga Cannabis Alliance. Jason, where are you today, Jason? What's going on?
I turn around, look at this. Big boats behind me. The big ones.
I see those.
Big ones. The big ones, like the yachts.
Is that
like
Cass Lake? Is that Cass Lake? Is that Cass Lake behind you?
Not the yachts, but like the cruise ships are behind me too. You know?
Exciting. That is exciting,
yes.
Man. You look nice and tan.
We took over a room, Patrick, like a conference room here, and they tried to kick us out twice. And the guy just came like 8 minutes ago and said, "Do you have rights to this room at this time?" And Luke's like, "Yep, we do." And he's like, "Who told you?"
This is the Benzinga way.
He's like,
Benzinga way.
He's like, he said Bertha told him. I'm like, how'd you think of that name? He's like, I don't know.
Bertha? Name. That's the best that Luke is. Are you there? Can you hear me right now, Luke?
He just walked out.
Oh man, I got to remember that one. Bertha. Okay.
So that was awesome interview with Slang Sia. That was awesome. So just want to give you.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah,
Chris is awesome.
I think we should hire him to do marketing for the BCA. I mean, he said it better than I can say it myself.
Yeah, no, he did a great job.
And you guys just kicking it off with True Leaf this morning, hearing all that was awesome. So big day.
Yeah, it has been. It has been a great day. Well, listen, we don't have a ton of time, you guys. We've got about 20 minutes. So here's what I want to do. I want to go ahead and share my screen, and it's going to slow me down as I do this. So just let me know if the connection's funky. But I want to bring it up, and I want to go through this briefly. And Jason, Ian, why don't you say a couple of words about what this is, what we're doing here, and then we'll invite our pals on to say a few more words here.
Well, Patrick, what's the URL people can go to? Like I see up there one, but is it like I just want to make sure we give the URL too. So
give me a second. I'll come back to that once I know. Let me Slack Neil really quick and see.
Okay, cool.
Because this is a test URL. Don't pay attention to that.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure they weren't going to that. So, Ian, you want to kick it off or you want me to? Your call, buddy.
Sure, I'll get going. So we've been doing this in other industries for quite some time, bringing people together, having buying groups, really having group buying power, and really, introducing people to great topics and really bringing industries together. We've been very successful with it. I started working in the cannabis space myself, working on sale leasebacks, and I contacted Jason. I said, I've got some great experience in this area. You guys have the best amount of contacts I've ever seen in the space. There's nobody that comes even close. We should work on this together. And Jason jumped at the opportunity. And so here we are now working with some great partners and growing quickly to bring on great opportunities and introduce new concepts, share some exciting news, but try to find good opportunities for whether you're in the growing space, whether you're in the retail space, compliance space. We want to have everything available to everybody in the industry.
Yeah, and to be honest, like what Ian's done in other industries, he's saved money for owners, and it's saving money for payroll, it's saving money for insurance. He's found programs, and by taking the buying power, think of Walmart. Think of what Walmart has done, or Costco. When they're buying in supply and buying so much, they're able to get discounted prices. And people would always say to me, Jason, how many dispensaries have you opened? How many are you investors in? We took an approach. Here. I've talked about Patrick of that. We're an information provider. We connect investors to companies. We put on these events. We didn't take a position like, hey, we're going to go open dispensaries. We could have. There's been opportunities that we could have, but we didn't want to do that. This thing, when Ian came to us, like this is right up our alley. It's saving money. It's partnering. It's giving more demand to get supply. More supply to get the prices down. And by doing that, it benefits everyone. It benefits everyone who's a cannabis company. And so by doing this, it's one of the most exciting things that I've been a part of in a long time. And I see the URL now. So benzinga.com/cannabis-alliance. So CANNABIS-ALLIANCE. Sign up, become a partner, put your email address in, contact us. It's a truly exciting opportunity for your business. And we want you guys to be able to get these deals, not even just saving money. It's finding opportunities that you didn't know existed as well. Like we're learning about credit card offers, etc. Right?
That's it. Yeah. That's it. And you guys, there is a shortened URL too, benzingacannabis.com. will take you to this site as well. So if you just want to type that in, benzingacannabis.com, we'll get that. There we go. Now we have it on the banner at the bottom of the screen here. I'm going to take my screen off for a second because it is slowing me down just a touch. And let's go ahead and bring over the rest of our group here. We have some of our partners with us today. Ian, I'll let you introduce them and give them a chance to say a few words.
Great. You bringing them up on the screen, or here we go?
There we go.
So got some great people involved in our organization here. And these are just 4 areas that I thought we'd just kind of highlight. First, I'll go kind of my left to right here. We got Kyle Kelly, who I've worked with Kyle for many years in PEO and payroll space. We've got Hugh Pober. Hugh and I are coming out with, well, he's been working with the product, and we partnered together to work with something called text to pay. I'm not going to call it credit card processing because it's not, but you can pay with a credit card. Chad Bronstein, a partner of mine, a good friend also, with a company called Philo, which many of you probably know. Philo is the premier data source and has since purchased Canaregs and has a ton to offer our alliance. And then Scott Foster from NFP. Scott is a partner of his I've been working with for many years. They've got incredible insurance products and are able to get coverages that a lot of cannabis companies have not been able to get. And we've used them extensively with our tenants who couldn't get the coverage we wanted on our lease. So thought I'd let them each. We'll start with Kyle, just kind of say a minute about what they do, and then maybe talk about why they're excited about being in the alliance.
Yeah.
You next.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Ian. And thanks for having me, guys. It's definitely a super exciting time. And it's been great to meet the crew from Benzinga. So appreciate you guys for having us. And as Ian said, he and I have been working for quite a few years, I think over 10 now, Ian, but it's been a great relationship. And exactly, Jason, to what you were talking about, this aggregation and kind of purchasing power of product and services has worked so successfully for us and working with Ian and other industries. And we're just so excited to now get in here with Benzinga in the cannabis space. Ironically, Ian and us were working in the cannabis industry for a while, and then we finally crossed lines and had the introduction of you guys here at Benzinga. So incredibly impressive organization. So, like I said, we have been servicing the cannabis industry and the cannabis business owners for quite some time now. We have cannabis business owner clients all over the country. We're headquartered in St. Louis, so kind of right in the Midwest, and it gives us great outreach to all the various markets that we're doing work in. And you know what? We are just ultimately helping the cannabis business owners in so many things that they are currently facing or they're going to face with kind of the core areas. Payroll tax, that's one of those that you just got to get right. Certainly as it relates to the infamous tax code 280E and all the challenges some of the cannabis owners have been working with and trying to record and manage that. We've mastered that and had a great relationship with them there. HR compliance, kind of the stuff as just a general business owner you don't want to typically deal with. We've brought in folks that are specifically experts in both industries to help manage through HR compliance. Getting access to affordable healthcare. Look, either these guys are startups or they're growing and they're a bit small, or they've got scale and they're growing larger. Through that aggregation, we use the volume of all these businesses to be able to negotiate and bring affordable healthcare options and employee benefits. Workers' compensation, safety, claims management, keeping the employees safe, regardless of what level of the industry they're in the cannabis space. And scale, again, just giving that infrastructure, giving them the technology and the HRIS support, time and attendance, time tracking, and all those things to really help them scale their business. So we are super excited. We've been doing this, and now we can't wait to be partnered with you guys and really leverage the Benzinga Cannabis Alliance and have some fun.
Great. Thanks for that, Kyle. And the great thing is we can do it for companies all sizes, so small or large. So.
Yep.
Hugh, why don't you tell a little bit about the creative solution that we can offer people for making payments?
There you go. Thank you very much. Nice to meet all you guys as well. One of the number one things that all of the folks that have been on this broadcast are saying is the aggregation of quality solutions to make things happen in the payment space for dispensaries and any other grows and anything like that. Back in 2019, Schiff went to the acquirers, the processors, the banks, and said, hey, here's what we want to do, bringing non-cash payments to the industry. That with the emphasis, there is a right way and there is a wrong way to do payments in this space. We want to make absolutely sure that you understand, as customers or clients of Benzinga Cannabis Alliance, that you're doing it the right way. That we're live in over 400 locations across the United States, processing probably in excess of $50 million a month, $60 million a month. And basically what we're doing is we are educating all of the clients, all of the dispensaries and all of the people in cannabis, whether it be retail or wholesale, on how to properly make this happen. And as everybody on this broadcast would, or everybody who's listening would know, is that having a true merchant account in your dispensary is prohibited. We make sure that you do not ever fall into that category, because we don't want that negative feedback for you guys in the banking industry. We want to make absolutely sure that the way that we do this, and we'll book a 30-minute demo with your ownership group, and most importantly, your compliance people. If we can get on the phone with the compliance guys and the owners and go over it step by step and show you how we're doing it, we're doing a peer-to-peer payment processing setup to where we're loading FDIC insured bank accounts with the ability on the, if you had a line down the middle of the screen, on the right side of the page is where the account gets loaded. If you can picture Venmo or PayPal or Zelle or any of those, that is what we're doing. We're loading the bank account over here using credit card, debit card, ACH, wires, whatever you want to do to fund that. Then when you enter in your dispensary, you have the dispensary has a bank account. The consumer, which is what we focus on, they have a bank account that is associated where those funds are, and then we transact business in that way. When and if it ever comes the time when true traditional credit card processing is available, we flip the switch and we're doing that. So in the meantime, while we're doing it, we can make sure that you will see on the low end, we're talking about a 26% increase over cash transactions. And we have some of the bigger outfits that we're dealing with, they're in the 30s and the 40s. So it's a very...
This is really providing a solution to a problem or a challenge that's been around for a long time. And same with, I mean, all four of these guys, and you'll be seeing a lot more in-depth presentations with great frequency from everybody. We'll be doing, webinars and getting out there and getting to show everybody some of the solutions that people haven't had the time to really address. And now we're going to tee them up for everybody. So Hugh, I think your product will be a huge benefit for so many. So we're really excited.
I agree 100%. It's doing well, and it has some serious momentum going right now. And the people that are on board with us right now absolutely love it. The consumers mostly love it. So it's easy for them to walk into a store, use the only piece of equipment we need to do it is a cell phone. So it works.
That's great. That is great. Hugh, I really appreciate you saying that. And you guys, I just want to be conscious of time here. We have about maybe 5 minutes left, and I'll give our last presentation just a little bit more time at the end. But Chad, Scott, let's hear from each of you, maybe a couple minutes apiece, and we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, hey guys. So I actually know Patrick and Jason. I met Jason back in the day at the first Benzinga conference I went to in Chicago. Patrick, you and I work closely together, so very familiar with the Benzinga, and I'm excited to be a part of the Benzinga Alliance. And Ian's one of my favorite people, so I couldn't be happier. And I think Benzinga's done a great job in the market, and really, keeping everyone abreast, and covering, like you said, someone said earlier, I think Kyle, but you guys cover not just cannabis but the financial market. So Philo has been around for about 2 years plus. We grew pretty rapidly in the space. We started off 2 years ago, we're about 150 people. And we like to say we're the sales force for highly regulated industries. And so when you come to work with with Philo, we work with brands across, use Columbia Care as an example, where they would work with us across compliance, so hyper-local regulatory law, anything around taxation, zoning, compliance. If you want to go to a local municipality meeting, you want to see if an application has been submitted, you're using our software. And it scours over 40,000 jurisdictions, and it's used by law firms, MSOs, SSOs, et cetera. Then we also have an advertising component to our business where you're working with us to basically drive more exposure and more sales into your dispensaries. And it ties really nicely with our loyalty solution, which we purchased Data Owl. And if we all see right now, 10 DLC is a very sensitive subject for a lot of the loyalty providers, including us. But because we have that compliance angle, we feel pretty confident on on what we're building to really handle that specific issue. And then we built a data ecosystem. And so we like to think of ourselves as Oracle Data Cloud, where you go and know that Patrick is buying Frosted Flakes at Kroger. It's really important for brands in the mainstream world to understand Patrick's behaviors when he goes and buys weed over at Trulieve or at Cresco, et cetera. And what
both of those things are very important to me, by the way. So
exactly.
Thanks.
So we've developed an ecosystem where we've actually destigmatized the cannabis consumer, and we have some of the biggest brands in the world buying data from us. And Uber speaks publicly about how they're purchasing our data for Uber Eats, and there's many others. So we really have an enterprise stack, and we're working pretty closely across the ecosystem, and really solving for fragmentation. And that's it, really, in a nutshell. Because I know we got time, so I try to move as fast as possible. But very excited about the Alliance. I think we solve for a lot of inefficiencies for clients, and you need to know. Well, I'm sure you'll be hearing from us more. But thank you guys for having me, and I'm excited for this Alliance.
Thanks,
Chad.
Chad.
Nice to see you again, Chad.
Nice to see you too, Jason. I know.
Congrats, man. Everything.
Thank you.
All right, Scott.
Great. So NFP, we're an insurance brokerage and consulting firm. We're thrilled about the partnership with Benzinga and participating in the Alliance. We've seen ourselves as advocates for the industry. I think what we're going to be doing here in terms of unifying the purchasing power in Alliance is going to allow us to further improve kind of our advocacy strategy and really bring solutions to the marketplace, which a lot of companies have struggled with. And so that's ultimate goal for us, is to continue to improve the risk management strategy, mitigation strategy, and insurance products for the cannabis space, of which, all these other consumer goods and agricultural and pharmaceutical companies get to utilize and really normalize insurance offerings. And so that's what we're looking forward to doing with the purchasing power of Alliance.
Great. Appreciate that, Scott. And for everyone's benefit, I mean, this is just 4 of what we think will be, in excess of well into 60, 70 different vendors that we work with. These are the ones that are our initial partners, and we've been working with directly to kind of bounce ideas off of and how to best work together. But you will see quite a few people in many different areas, and we certainly want to hear from everybody about what kind of products they think that we could help bring to the Alliance for improving pricing, improving even services. I mean, it's not all about saving money; it's about making more money, right? Finding better benefits, trying to maybe convince software providers to create certain modules that people need, and by bringing it to the Alliance, we can go with incredibly strong buying power.
That's great. I could not have said that better. Jason, anything else?
No, absolutely. And that's what we're doing. These are the best of the best. Each one of you guys, Scott, Kyle, Chad, you, Ian, Patrick, of course. This is the beginning of something that hopefully helps people. And there's a lot of cool stuff, like Chad mentioned, with data, and each person plays a role. And there's other vendors. And if you want to get in touch, just go to benzingacannabis.com or benzinga.com/cannabis-alliance, and we'll be in touch with more information. At the end of the day, this should add value, not look like a sales pitch. It's really just to add value, and that's all it is. We're not looking for you to make something that's not going to be value additive. If it's not, then tell us. That's it. We want to add value. That's what we try to do as a company. And when Ian approached us, it wasn't just a random thing. He's done this in other industries where he's added value for. I mean, some of these people were his competitors. His competitors worked with him. Ian, like It was a Chinese wall, and there was no issue at all. And everyone benefited. That's what this is about. Everyone to benefit. So,
Jason,
Very
can I say something real quick about? Yeah, I think that one thing Ian's an advisor of Philo as well. And we met. He didn't have to do anything with me. We met, and he's one of the best connectors. And I think what he's done in the storage space and anything else, like, I do believe that he adds value, and his value is connecting and giving a place where you can, like you said, if you need to go to Hugh because you don't understand, you can't get payment processing, and you have a solution. This is, I think, a great ecosystem for that, and it's saving time and efficient. But I couldn't agree with you more. I think if Ian starts something, it's going to add value, and as well with Benzinga together. So I've got a lot of value add for free. Right. So imagine what you get if you join the Cannabis Alliance and pay a little bit of money just to be a part of it. So I'm excited.
very good way, Chad, to sum it up. That was perfect. Totally true. Ian, you don't need it. You're. I could see you get a little blushy. It's good. But thank you, Patrick. I think you have one more panel, I think,
I do. I've got a hot closer. So I'll say goodbye to you, gents. Thanks very much for coming on.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
And we'll see you soon.
Yep.